Welcome to Big Boof Bets, Get That Money podcast. I'm Nate Stephenson, joined by Mr. Big Boofy Scureman and Tony T-Bone Guarino. It is the conference championships. We are 1 week from the Super Bowl. How you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Nate. I was able to hit on a nice 8-leg same-game parlay in the Chiefs game last week, so finished in the green comfortably, and looking to do more of the same this week.
That's what we like to hear, baby. I know I was very happy to have been fortunate enough to copy that parlay of yours. So for also a $20 more profit. So thank you, Mr. Boof.
You're welcome.
The odds were forever in my favor.
Indeed.
And yours. What's up, Tone?
Oh, yeah. The San Francisco 49ers, I think, are officially exonerated from their death sentence now after this past weekend. I will allow them to proceed with their lives for now, depending on if we can get things done, get a business taken care of this coming weekend here.
I'm right with you on that. I'm glad they haven't fallen into the ocean quite yet. I will reserve that fate to until I see if they come through for me this weekend as well. So let's hope that they do that.
Yeah, and we finally proved that Kirk Cousins doesn't play well against teams that have towns near oceans.
While at the same time having gold helmets.
Or numbers in their name. On the West Coast. On grass. After 1 o'clock. All right, Boof. So I tell you what, I felt really good after Saturday for the locks. And then the Green Bay Seattle game started. I still felt good about the locks. And then we just had a very close miss to another perfect week, I feel.
Nah, it wasn't perfect. We weren't going to be perfect, but we could have gone 2-1. We had under 47. That was not going to hit. But for the third time this year, a 2-point conversion screwed us by 1 point. And we did not connect on Seahawks +4.
Yeah.
So they could have gotten it within 3 if they'd have gotten the 2-pointer. But oh well. The locks ended up going 1-2 last week. We got the 49ers -7 right. And then we had Seahawks +4, which we did not cover. And then we had the Seahawks Packers under 47, which we did not cover. So, oh well, such is life.
The thing is, though, what sucks there is if you were lucky enough to get the Seahawks number at the right time during the week, they were at one point, I believe, up to +5.5.
Yeah, like that's great time.
That's
to get
one of those
on
ones
it.
where
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's just one of those ones that just depends where you got it. Like, if we were lucky enough to get that earlier in the week, then yeah, it's a different story. But we are at the mercy of when we record and when we lock in the locks, and our locks are in cement. They're for all to hear forever.
Yeah, speaking of, our total on the year is now at 42 wins, 31 losses, and 4 pushes, bringing us to a season-long success rate of 57.53%. So, making money and looking to have that number go up this week.
Indeed. Without further ado, gentlemen, good to get into conference championship week here.
Let's do it.
All right, well, the AFC kicks things off with the Tennessee Titans at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs laying 7.5 with the over-under at 52.5.
Oh, yeah. My boy, Mr. Patty Mahomes, one step away from greatness, from immortality, from his first of about 10 Super Bowl championships, finally dethroning the cheating Tom Brady. I mean, come on. Chiefs go win. Chiefs go on the Super Bowl. Chiefs going to take the Super Bowl. So there you go. I already spoiled my Super Bowl pick, but come on. Everybody knew that since like week 1. Chiefs. But in all seriousness, I do like the Chiefs to win, but the Titans are a little scary. They have some giant slayer in them, man. I saw a crazy stat that the last, I think there was only 3 or 4 teams, if I remember correctly, in NFL history that have beat the top scoring offense and the top scoring is in least points allowed defense in the playoffs. All 3 of those teams, it was either 3 or 4, all of those teams have won the Super Bowl. So far, the Titans have beat the best scoring defense in the Patriots. They have beat the highest scoring offense in the Ravens. And now they're playing the Chiefs, who, I mean, they're a Super Bowl favorite too, and I believe second or third in points scored. But that is a crazy stat and a very scary stat for what I obviously would like to see happen, which is my Chiefs go to the Super Bowl and take it. But you have that, then you have Derrick Henry, who is just crushing it in the playoffs. The Chiefs, conversely, have one of the worst rushing defenses in the league. So there's just continuing mounting evidence, and that's not even I haven't even said yet the fact that the Titans already beat the Chiefs in Tennessee earlier this year, and Derrick Henry went off for, I believe it was a total of about 188 yards and 2 touchdowns on 23 carries. So he has already shown that he knows how to tear the Chiefs defense up. There's a lot of stuff that says take the Titans plus 7.5. And I got to say, like, I can't disagree with that. I think that you're getting over a touchdown with a team that has already beat 2 really, really good teams. They have all the ingredients to shorten the game and keep the ball out of Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs offense hands. I think over a touchdown, your best value bet on this game, I believe, is the Titans plus 7.5. The only thing that scares me away from that is just how powerful the Chiefs offense is, and they're at home. I do think the Chiefs are going to win because ultimately their ability to put as many points up as necessary, as evidenced by being down 24-0 against the Texans last week, and then still easily coming back and honestly almost blowing out the Texans. So I know a lot of information there, but I like the Chiefs to win, but I think your best value bet is honestly the Titans plus 7.5.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. And like a couple extra interesting little nuggets here for you. Tennessee, you mentioned the top scoring offense and top scoring defense that they would have beaten. Well, at the end of the year, they played Houston, who actually won their division. Then they will have beaten New England, who won their division. Then they're beating Baltimore, who won their division. And now they're looking at beating the Chiefs. So their road to the Super Bowl in their last 4 games will have been through all 4 AFC division winners. And they've already taken care of business against 3 of them.
That's pretty impressive.
It is. Just in general, I mean, a spread of over a touchdown in an NFL playoff game, let alone a conference championship game, is very high. Like you said, I mean, the first game, Tennessee won the game. So not only are they capable of covering, they're capable of winning. I don't know, man. I definitely would take Tennessee plus 7.5. I don't want to lock it just because of what you said. I mean, I am just afraid of Kansas City's offense. And I actually lost when I lose. I lost 6 units betting against KC after the start on live action last week.
I told you not to.
And honestly, one of them was it was like it was like a parlay number 5 type of thing, where it was Houston plus 9.5.
Yeah.
And over like 49 points. And they were already up, I think it was 24-7 at the time. Like KC had just scored their first touchdown. And so they're currently up 17. You're giving me plus 9.5. And they went and they blew it. And I'm just like, holy crap. And you see how fast Kansas City can score. And they scored a touchdown on like 7 drives in a row, too. So it's just something that when they get rolling, man, they're so impressive, and it's so tough to be able to just hold them under any sort of number. So,
amen.
At the end of the day, I'm not going to be locking anything on this. I don't feel comfortable with that. I could see the game going, so many different ways. I mean, it's typically like, all right, you're looking at Kansas City's going to blow them out, or you're looking at it's going to be a close one and Kansas City wins, or it's a close one and the Titans win, or the Titans blow them out. Those are typically the 4 scenarios you're looking at in a game.
Yep.
And I could see any 4 of those happen. I really could. I have no clue how this game's going to go. So you use the information that's been given to you today, but just take it for what it's worth. I don't have the utmost confidence in any of it. That's just kind of what's out there. You know what I mean? If you made me, I would take Tennessee plus 7.5.
I'm right with you.
I can't commit any more than that.
Yeah, I'm right with you. And then one more nugget, actually, based on because you were talking about your live bet there, which was so disheartening.
That was the most disappointing. Like, they're up 17. You're giving me plus 9.5 in addition to that.
Yeah,
they don't cover the bet.
You're up 17, so basically you're up 26 points, and you lost.
And you're already into like the second quarter at this point.
Yeah. So that's one of the points I wanted to bring up real quick. So I saw on Twitter that like there's different prop bets out there, and one of them is like the team to have the highest scoring quarter. So I saw on Twitter, like the one dude was saying is like, oh, so yeah, after Houston puts up 21 in the first quarter, you're thinking you're cashing your Houston tickets for highest scoring quarter. And then the Chiefs go and roll up 28 points in the second quarter. Yeah. It's like, oh my God. Meanwhile, I'm dancing in the basement because I'm betting on the Chiefs. I'm like, Chiefs.
Nate was looking like Eric Fisher was on the field, dude. He's going Stone Cold Steve Austin in my basement, man, just slamming beers on his face.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie. There was a point I did actually say to you, Boof. I was like, and this is when the Chiefs, I think, were down 21 or 24 to nothing, 24-7, something like that. I'm like, hey, Boof, I don't know, man. Like Chiefs minus 13.5 is like plus 600 right now. Should throw a G on it. I wish I did. I'm just totally kidding. I wish I did. Oh my God. But yeah, longer breakdown this week because we only got 2 games and they're kind of two pretty important games. But yeah, Boof, I'm with you. Plus 7.5 is I think the best value, but too many scary things, 2 really good teams. And I mean, truth be told, that's what happens. You got 2 really good teams, man. Either one can win.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. For the NFC title game, we have the Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers laying 7 with the over-under at 45.
So, you remember just like 5 seconds ago when I was saying about 2 really good teams?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not 2 really good teams. Like, this isn't. It's one of those things where, like, honestly, Green Bay is the generic version of a football team that should be like in a conference championship game. They're trying to be like the name brand. Everything that looks, they're trying to look like it. They're trying to smell like it. They're trying to taste like it. But in the end, you know you're eating Hunt's ketchup and not Heinz. It's just not that good. It's just not the same. Green Bay is a fraud. They're just, how they got here is just, I still can't figure it out. But they're here. And quite frankly, I am really glad they are because this is a very easy bet for me. San Fran is a really, really good team. They're even better at home. They've already scrubbed the Packers once this year. I believe it's 38-7.
37-8.
And yeah, and it's to me, this is a very easy bet. Like I'll easily lay the 7 points. I think the Vikings, honestly, are a better team than the Packers as a whole, and the 49ers easily dispatched them. I don't honestly like how Rodgers has looked this year. I don't think Rodgers is at this point looked that much better, and maybe not even as good at times as Kirk Cousins this year, which is crazy enough for me to say. like people hear the name Aaron Rodgers and they're automatically scared. If you really watch the Packers at all this year, I'm not that scared. This is not the Packers offense you're used to seeing. They are a team that's winning with defense and running the ball. And the 49ers aren't going to allow that to happen. They have enough weapons on offense to take advantage of what the Packers aren't good at. They're not good at stopping the run. 49ers are a really good run team and a good balanced offense. And conversely, on defense, the 49ers are good across the board. They're going to shut down Aaron Jones. They're going to try to make Aaron Rodgers beat him, and they're going to let their pass rushers and secondary take over. So I think you're going to see a repeat of what happened the first time. I think you see a Packers beat down, and I think you're looking at an easy double-digit victory here by the Niners as they make a return trip to the Super Bowl. And so you give me 7. I'll easily lay the 7, and I might even do a couple selling of point parlays where I even take the Niners up to even -10 or -14 and get that plus money.
Yeah, I love San Francisco too. I mean, for me, they are the most complete team left here out of the Final Four. Like you said in the first game where they already played each other once, San Francisco 37, Green Bay 8. And that game was a beatdown. I think some of the things you've seen with Green Bay lately here on their nice little run is their defense really gets after the quarterback really well. Zadarius Smith has just been a monster. No one's been able to block him. I think San Francisco has an offensive line that's capable of blocking these guys. And I just think it's a really bad matchup for the Packers here. And then when you flip it around, they are awesome rushing the quarterback, man. And they also have the weapons to cover the guys that Green Bay has at wide receiver, which their receiving core is not that good for starters. So I love San Francisco to cover the 7 here. There were also, fortunately, they got some player props up a little early here for this week.
Yeah.
We were able to look at some of those. There were 3 more that we really liked, and they are Aaron Rodgers to go under 238.5 yards passing, Aaron Jones to go under 67.5 yards rushing, and Devontae Adams to go under 85.5 yards receiving. So we like all of those. And when we talked beforehand, we agreed we were going to lock all of those as well. And the last one we wanted to get in for you was the Packers team total under 17.5. So this game, we've got 5 locks in this game, including the 49ers -7 here. And I expect the San Francisco beatdown, and we'll see who they're playing in the Super Bowl.
Oh, absolutely. I'm definitely on board with all those. And just to back up a few more of those player props, the first time these two played this season, Aaron Rodgers only threw for 104 yards. He went 20 of 33 for 104 yards and a touchdown. You had Devontae Adams with 7 receptions for 43 yards and a touchdown. And then you also had Aaron Jones with 13 carries for 38 yards and no touchdowns. So very, very easily under all those totals that we have for the player props there. And I mean, even before we looked back at the stats for the first time they played, we were both just like, oh my God, I love the unders on all of these. And then we saw the statistics from the last game and we're like, yep, this just cements everything that I felt about it. I definitely want to lock it. And yeah, Boof, I'm definitely with you on locking all 3 of those player props. I'm definitely on locking -7. And I'm also in on locking under 17.5 points for the Packers. So basically what we're calling for is a San Francisco total beatdown. And is that 5 locks, Boof? Do I have that counted correctly?
That's correct.
Woo, 5 locks, baby. Lock it in. Get that money.
Yeah, man. And one other thing, I think we're really going to see how good of a coach Matt LaFleur is. Because coming off of a big loss like that, Green Bay at least knows what San Francisco is going to want to do. I mean, San Francisco is going to try to do a lot of the same things again if it works so well. So Green Bay already knows that we're going to be able to see what their counterpunch is. We're going to see if they are able to come up with a plan that can work, or if it's just something where they don't have the players, man. They're just not good enough. And I think it's going to be more of the second. I think they're just not good enough. And I do, like we said, 49ers beat down.
Indeed, baby. Get that money.
All right. Well, obviously not a lot to recap on a short week, but an important week. So, Boof, do you want to give us back the locks as usual and take us out?
Yes, sir. We got the 49ers -7. We have the Packers team total under 17.5. And then we got 3 player props for you. We got Aaron Rodgers under 238.5 yards passing. Aaron Jones under 67.5 yards rushing. And Devontae Adams under 85.5 yards receiving. Best of luck to everybody. And let's get that money.
Get that money.